Have you ever noticed your cat quietly watching you or suddenly showing up in the room you're in? It might seem random, but there's usually a deeper reason behind this behavior. Cats are far more observant and emotionally intelligent than we often give them credit for. When they keep checking on you, it's not just curiosity, it's connection, care, and sometimes even concern. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating reasons why your cat keeps checking in on you and what it reveals about the incredible bond you share. Let's dive into the wonderful world of feline behavior. Cats may seem aloof at times, but many of them are surprisingly protective of their human companions. If your cat keeps checking on you, especially when you're resting, working, or even feeling down, it could be their way of making sure you're okay. This protective instinct runs deep in feline DNA. In the wild, cats rely on constant awareness and group safety to survive. Domesticated cats often transfer that same survival instinct to their human family members. So when they peek into the room where you're working, sit nearby watching you sleep, or quietly appear when you're having a difficult day, they might just be confirming that everything is fine in their world. This behavior becomes especially noticeable when you're sick, sad, or your daily routine changes unexpectedly. Your cat picks up on these subtle shifts in your energy and behavior, then checks in quietly, offering their presence as comfort. It's a subtle but deeply touching reminder that you're not just a food provider, you're genuinely part of their world, and they care about your well-being in their own uniquely feline way. Cats are inherently territorial creatures by nature. They mark areas, objects, and even people as part of what they consider theirs. When your cat keeps checking on you throughout the day, it might be because they see you as an important part of their territory, something precious they need to keep an eye on. This isn't about control or possessiveness in a negative sense. Instead, it's about comfort and security. Knowing where you are and what you're doing gives them a profound sense of peace. They might brush up against you as they pass by, follow you from room to room with casual interest, or simply glance in your direction periodically to make sure you're still around and safe. It's their way of saying you belong with me without words. This behavior is particularly common in cats who have formed strong attachments to their humans. The subtle but consistent monitoring reflects the deep bond they feel and their natural desire to keep their most important family member close and accounted for. Cats are absolute creatures of habit who thrive on predictability and routine. They notice the smallest changes in your behavior, what time you wake up, where you prefer to sit, how long you typically stay in one room, even the sounds you make during different activities. When something shifts in your routine, even slightly, your cat might start checking on you more frequently than usual. Maybe you're working from home when you usually leave for the office, or you've started using a new appliance that makes unfamiliar sounds. Perhaps you've rearranged furniture or changed your sleep schedule. To your cat, these changes are absolutely fascinating and potentially concerning. Their natural curiosity drives them to investigate and monitor the situation to make sure everything is still safe and familiar. Even when nothing has changed, many cats simply enjoy observing your daily activities like a personal, furry supervisor. It's not just about nosiness or boredom, it's their way of staying actively involved in your life. To them, your daily routine is an integral part of their world, and they want to stay informed and connected to every aspect of it. Let's be completely honest here, cats are incredibly smart, and they know exactly who fills their food bowl every day. If your cat keeps checking on you, especially when you head toward the kitchen or move around during typical mealtimes, there's often a food-related motivation behind their attention. They've learned to associate your presence and movements with the delightful possibility of snacks, treats, or full meals. Some cats become remarkably skilled at reading the subtle signs that food might be coming, the sound of cabinet doors opening, the crinkle of treat bags, the refrigerator door, or even your footsteps heading toward their feeding area. Even when they're not particularly hungry, many cats will still monitor your activities just to remind you that feeding time should never be forgotten or delayed. So when they sit and stare at you with those intense eyes, or quietly appear nearby while you're busy, part of that attention might simply be a polite but persistent feline reminder. Hey, don't forget about the food situation. Despite their well-deserved reputation for independence, many cats form incredibly deep emotional bonds with their human companions. When your cat keeps checking on you throughout the day, it might simply mean they genuinely miss your presence and want to maintain that connection. This behavior is especially common if you've been out of the house for an extended period, busy in another room for a while, or if your attention has been focused elsewhere. Cats may not show affection in the same obvious, enthusiastic way that dogs do, but that quiet peek around the corner, sudden appearance on your lap, or gentle head bump speaks volumes about their feelings. Some cats will even vocalize softly or follow you closely from room to room just to feel near you and maintain that emotional connection. It's their way of staying bonded without being overly demanding or needy. So the next time your cat seeks you out for no apparent reason, take it as a genuine compliment. They truly enjoy your company and don't want to be separated from you for too long. Cats may not speak our language, but they are absolutely excellent communicators in their own sophisticated way. When your cat keeps checking on you persistently, they might be trying to tell you something specific and important. Whether it's hunger, boredom, affection, discomfort, or even alerting you to something unusual, their body language holds valuable clues. Pay attention to the subtle signals they're sending. A raised tail, soft meows, gentle paw taps, or specific postures could all be messages meant specifically for you. Some cats will sit and stare intently until they get the reaction they're seeking, while others might lead you directly to what they want, like a favorite toy, an empty food bowl, or a door they want opened. The key to understanding your cat's communication is to notice patterns in their behavior over time. By checking on you repeatedly, they're essentially opening a line of communication, hoping you'll pick up on their subtle but meaningful signals. It's their unique way of starting a conversation and ensuring their needs and desires are understood and met. Cats possess incredibly sharp instincts and are often far more in tune with our emotional and physical states than we realize or give them credit for. If your cat keeps checking on you more frequently than usual, it might be because they sense that something is off with you. Maybe you're feeling stressed, anxious, sad, or even physically unwell. Cats can pick up on remarkably subtle changes in your energy, scent, body language, or general behavior patterns. They're natural empaths who seem to have an almost supernatural ability to detect when their humans are struggling. Some cats respond to these situations by sitting quietly nearby, offering their calming presence. Others might meow more frequently, nudge you gently with their head, or simply choose to stay closer than usual. They don't need to understand exactly what's wrong to recognize that something feels different in their environment. This remarkable sensitivity is part of why so many people find genuine comfort in their cats during difficult times. Your cat may not be able to fix whatever problem you're facing, but they want you to know that you're not alone. Sometimes your cat checks on you for the simplest and most joyful reason of all: they're bored and genuinely want to play with you. If your cat suddenly appears with bright, wide eyes, a twitching tail, or brings you one of their favorite toys, that's usually a clear and enthusiastic invitation to engage in some fun. Cats experience natural bursts of playful energy throughout the day, and they often look to their favorite human to join in the entertainment. Even a short game with a string toy, tossing a ball, or engaging in a brief chase can satisfy their need for mental stimulation and physical activity while strengthening your bond. If you've been busy, inactive, or focused on work for an extended period, your cat might come to gently remind you that it's time for some interactive fun. It's not just about burning off excess energy, it's also an important way for them to bond with you through shared activities and playful experiences. Cats are natural patrol animals with strong territorial instincts. In the wild, they routinely check their territory to ensure everything remains safe, secure, and unchanged. Domestic cats often carry this deeply ingrained behavior into the home environment, treating your house as their domain to monitor and protect. When your cat moves methodically from room to room and occasionally checks in on you, they might simply be conducting their regular security rounds. You're an important part of their environment, so making sure you're where you should be and that nothing unusual or concerning is happening becomes part of their self-appointed job. This patrol behavior is especially common in confident, curious cats who like to stay on top of every detail in their territory. It's not about suspicion or anxiety, it's simply how they maintain a sense of control and security in their space. When your cat checks in on you during these rounds, it might be less about neediness and more about their inner security guard conducting a routine but thorough sweep of their domain. At the heart of all these behaviors, repeated check-ins from your cat often indicate one beautifully simple thing: they love you deeply. When a cat forms a genuine emotional bond with someone, they naturally want to stay connected and maintain that relationship. They don't necessarily need constant attention, petting, or cuddles to feel satisfied. Sometimes, just knowing where you are and that you're safe and content is enough to make them happy. These little moments of eye contact, surprise visits, quiet companionship, or soft vocalizations are their way of expressing genuine affection and care. It's subtle but incredibly powerful when you understand what it means. If your cat chooses to spend time near you, watches you peacefully from across the room, or softly meows when you leave, it's not random behavior. It's love expressed in the most authentic feline way possible. The more they trust you and feel secure in your relationship, the more they'll naturally want to be around you and stay connected. Many cat owners, especially those with particularly social breeds like Siamese cats, Notice that their feline companions follow them everywhere and even perform what can only be described as bed checks, making sure their human is safely settled for the night. This level of attentiveness and care demonstrates just how deep the bond between cats and their humans can truly become. Cats may be independent creatures, but they're far more emotionally connected to us than many people realize or appreciate. When your cat keeps checking on you throughout the day, it's rarely random or meaningless behavior. Instead, it's usually a beautiful mix of curiosity, instinct, genuine affection, and deep trust. Whether they're making sure you're safe and secure, hoping for food or treats, simply missing your presence, or expressing their love in their own unique way, these little check-ins are quiet but powerful reminders that you truly matter to them. You're not just a provider of food and shelter, you're family, territory, comfort, and companionship all rolled into one important package. So the next time your cat watches you quietly from the hallway, jumps onto your desk while you're working, or appears seemingly out of nowhere just to be near you, take a moment to truly appreciate what's happening. It's their way of saying I care about you without words. And honestly, that's a pretty special and irreplaceable kind of love that deserves to be recognized and cherished. If you found this exploration of feline behavior helpful and enlightening, please consider subscribing to our channel for more insights into the wonderful world of cats. Share this video with fellow cat lovers who might benefit from understanding their feline companions better, because every cat owner deserves to know just how much their furry friend truly cares about them.